I'd like to call this board meeting of May 16th, 2019 to order. Would the clerk please take the roll?
President Jackson,
Here.
Trustee Schmidt,
Excused.
Trustee Sullivan. Here. Trustee Light,
Here.
Trustee Meritato,
Excused.
Trustee Pojek,
Here.
and Trustee Schroeder.
Here. Would you all please rise and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Trustee Sullivan, would you like to start us off, please?
Sure, I'll try. Thank you, Mayor. Having a hard time today, so. Jump into summer at the Sports Hub. Enjoy a day dedicated to summer at Hallapalooza. This Saturday, May 18th, from 10 a.m. to noon at the Sports Hub. Swimming and diving at GH2O Aquatic Center. Path Summer Camp, swim lessons, swim team, and youth athletics are just a few of the activities and programs you will be introduced to as you visit with the people that make it happen.
Sharon, you want me to do it?
Yeah, do you mind?
fine.
I mean, I don't care for myself, I just don't want it to
They
be.
can't hear you and understand you.
I know.
Have fun participating in contests and races throughout the event. Meet staff and instructors to learn more about our programs. The day kicks off with free donuts and ends with a hot dog lunch and a free swim at the GH2O Aquatic Center from 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. with proof of attendance at Hubbapalooza and weather permitting. Call the Sports Hub at 630-260-6060 for more information. The Village of Glendale Heights is now hiring for a number of seasonal positions at Glendale Lakes Golf Club, GH2O Aquatic Center, Public Works, and the Parks, Recreation, and Facilities Department. Positions range from laborers, lifeguards, youth program counselors, and many others. Gain valuable experience and make friends that will last a lifetime working for the Village of Glendale Heights. For more information, please visit www.glendaleheights.org or contact Human Resources at 630-909-5357.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Mayor.
Sharon.
Thank you, Mayor.
Trustee Light.
You did such a good job. You could do mine.
Yeah,
No?
just-
All right. Join us Saturday, June 1st, from 10 a.m. to noon for coffee with the mayor and village board at the Center for Senior Citizens. If you're unable to attend and have any comments, suggestions, or questions for the mayor or village board, please call the mayor's office anytime at 630-909-5303. To enable an efficient and effective street sweeping schedule, parking on streets is prohibited through the month of May between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. on specific day. Color-coded no parking signs have been posted in 4 different zones throughout the village. Parking is prohibited on Mondays for the red zone, Tuesdays for the blue zone, Wednesdays for the green zone, and Fridays for the brown zone. To find your zone, visit the village's website. For any question on street sweeping program, please contact Public Works at 630-260-6040.
Thank you, Mike. Trustee Pojek.
Summer is just around the corner, and the GH2O Aquatic Center will be opening Memorial Day weekend on May 25th. Purchase your pool pass now until May 18th for discounted rates. Benefits to become a member include priority entrance at 11:30 a.m., and discounts on swimming, swim lessons, swim team registration, pool rentals, and more. For more information, contact the Sports Hub at 630-260-6060. Get your 2020 Village sticker now. The new Village sticker must be displayed by 12:01 a.m., July 1st, 2019, on the lower right-hand corner of the windshield. Passenger vehicle stickers are $15. Motorcycle tags are $12. Recreation vehicle stickers are $18, and trucks with B plates are $25. There is an additional price schedule for trucks based on the individual weights. Qualifying senior citizens receive one sticker per household at no charge. Village ordinance restrictions overnight parking on village streets to those vehicles having a valid vehicle sticker. For more information regarding village vehicle stickers, call 630-260-6000. Thank you.
Thank you, Chester. Trustee Schroeder.
Thank you, Mayor Jackson.
You're welcome.
On Monday, May the 27th, which is Memorial Day, at 11 a.m. at the Veterans Memorial Park, we will honor the memory of the brave men and women who died while serving our country. The Glendale Heights VFW Post 2377 will conduct a brief fallen warrior ceremony, followed by a solemn wreath-laying ceremony. This includes a flag and a color guard presentation, rifle salutes, and patriotic acknowledgement. In observance of Memorial Day, Village's offices will be closed on Monday, May the 27th. For more information, please call 630-909-5303. Also, National Public Work Week is May 19th through May 25th, and the Village of Glendale Heights Public Works Department will be celebrating with a road show to local schools. They will be explaining what Public Works staff provides to the community and the equipment utilized to maintain village infractions. Thank you for the Public Works Department for all of your hard work, and thank you for helping educate our youth. For more information, please contact the Public Works Department at 630-260-6040. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary. We actually have 3 proclamations, but we're not ready for them yet because we have a special group here tonight, and we would like to recognize them for their accomplishments.
Thank you, Mayor.
You're
And
welcome.
Board, for allowing me a few moments to introduce you to some of the soccer teams and players that play for the Village of Glendale Heights. The 3 soccer teams being introduced tonight have been competing in what has become a year-round soccer program in Glendale Heights. Whether competing in the Northern Illinois Soccer League as a travel team or improving their skills in our recreational program, these coaches and players have dedicated their time and efforts to becoming the best teams they can be while representing the Village of Glendale Heights. At this time, I would like to introduce Chris Navarro, the recreation supervisor at the Sports Hub in charge of soccer, who's going to introduce the teams and share their accomplishments from this winter.
Good afternoon, everyone. So really quick before I introduce these players and coaches to you guys, I just have a couple quick things to get through. So players, once again, when you hear your name, you'll come up and you'll just stand right in front of the mayor right there. And then I'll ask that everyone hold their applause until all the names have been called for each team. And then we'll give them all a big hand and we'll go on our way. All right. So as Keith mentioned, these teams have been working hard all year round. Whether they're competitive or they're in our recreational league, they are putting in a lot of work, and we're happy to recognize them here today, especially the coaches. All of these coaches are volunteer coaches, so for them to take time out of their busy lives to help out all of these kids really means a lot to us, so thank you guys for that. So first off, I'd like to recognize the U9 Glendale Heights Attack team. It is coached by Justin Sharp and Steve Weiler, and they actually got 3rd place in our indoor soccer league here in the winter, so Justin and Steve, come on up. And on to the players. First off, we have Daniel DePaulo, Dylan DePaulo, Alexander Drake, Camille Farron, Khalil Habib, Michael Hulak, Marcus Mandujano, Vincent Prenant, Noah Sharp, Angel Vivaldo, and last but not least, Allison Weiler. So let's give them a big hand.
You want us?
With us?
We have to stand behind.
Slide down this way a little bit. There, right there, right there.
Just squeeze in.
Stereo.
I'm in the middle of you two.
Come on.
Okay.
All right, thank you guys once again.
Thank you. Congratulations, boys. Two more to go.
They listened so well for like 8 and 9 years old.
Yeah.
All right, so for our second team, we have the Glendale Heights Warriors. They're a U12 team, and they are coached by Jonathan and Gustavo Lugardo. They are being recognized here for getting second place, once again, in our indoor soccer league over the winter. And I just want to let everyone know, so this indoor soccer league, even though it is ours, there's teams from all over this area that are competing in with us, and they are some high-level teams. So to get second place and even, just to be able to compete with those teams really is something to say for these teams. So if we can get Coach Jonathan and Gustavo up here, please. And then for the players, we have Maite Ayala, Alexis Castro,
So you can. Here's for your team.
Caden Doucher, Edgar Garcia, Arturo Ibares, Edward Ibares, Joey Kirby, Johan Lugardo, Nathan Lugardo, Molly Marks, Kyvan Nugent, Eric Prado, Anais Vasquez, Christian Velasquez, and last but not least, Jose Luis Vivaldo. So once again, guys, let's give these guys a big hand. A little bit.
Keith.
Here, I'll come get you out after this one.
I think I gave him two of the
That's fine, we'll fix it.
other coaches.
Okay. There.
Thank you once again. All right, and up next we have the U14 Glendale Heights Attack team. This team got first and second place, so it's actually a pretty big team. We had to split them up into two, and they were both the top two teams in the league, and they are being coached by Coach Juan Godinez and Gato Chicas. And another quick note for this team, so they participate in the NISL League, which is a competitive league here in the area, and they did a league-wide tournament this season called the Chicago Cup, and this team's actually in the semifinals for that, so they're doing a really great job, and we're rooting for them, and they're going to be playing this weekend, so we'll wish them luck in that game. So if I could get Coach Juan and Gato up to the front, please. All right, and players are Ricardo Cain,
Hi.
Jeremiah Lopez,
Is it the right one?
Jacob Velasco,
Thank you.
Kenny Valdez, Darwin Paredes, Jose Gonzalez, Alex Patino,
It's for your team.
Daniel Jimenez,
You're welcome.
Joseph Umbueseye, Jesus Goyas, Brian Rosal, Jair Lopez, Héctor Flores, Carlos Hernández, Jesus Osegueda, David Morales, Ryan Kimsall, Giovanni Oviedo, Gerardo Álvarez, Horacio Vega, and Daniel Tavares. Let's give this team a big hand. All right, guys, if we could squeeze in, we'll get a nice picture of everyone.
I know.
Thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome.
You don't want to stand up.
I don't take good pictures at all. You guys have beautiful smiles.
All right, thank you once again.
Great job. Congratulations.
Hey, that guy did a good job.
And before I finish here, there was a couple teams that could not join us today that we also wanted to recognize. So we'll give them a quick shout out here. Our U12 Glendale Heights Titans team is coached by Coach Danny Pena. They actually couldn't be here today because they're getting ready for a tournament in the upcoming Memorial Day. So they're taking all the practice time they can get. And then another team was our U11 competitive team with Coach Rutilio Morales and Ricardo Roa. And then last but not least, it was another U14 travel team, the Glendale Heights Spartans. And they were coached by Coach Jorge Pena and Cliff Mason. So thank you to all the teams once again. And we love having you guys here in our soccer club.
Once again, great job, kids. Keep up the good work. We will now go ahead with our proclamations. The first is a proclamation to proclaim the week of May 19th through the 25th, 2019 as National Public Works Week. And next we have a proclamation to proclaim the week of May 19th through the 25th, 2019 as Emergency Medical Services Week. So if there are no objections to those,
Go for it.
I will sign them. Now we have a special proclamation recognizing Michael Schmid on achieving the rank of Eagle Scout. Tonight, I, along with the Village Board of Trustees and executive staff members, would like to honor a young man for completing something that only a small percentage of people have ever done. Michael Schmid, would you please come up to the podium? Michael has dedicated years working his way up the Boy Scout ranks and has finally reached his goal of becoming an Eagle Scout. His hard work, dedication, and drive to succeed have led him to this point in his life. Let's give a round of applause to honor Michael Schmid, Eagle Scout. And I'm going to take just a minute to read your proclamation. In honor of Michael Schmidt. Whereas after completing the requirements for Eagle Scout rank, Michael Schmidt went before the Board of Review in anticipation of receiving the Boy Scouts of America's highest honor, the Eagle Scout Award. This award is earned by only a small percentage of Scouts who complete the rigorous leadership requirements and community service projects needed to achieve this rank. And whereas Michael Schmidt has been active in scouting since before he started kindergarten at Pheasant Ridge School in Glendale Heights. He remained in Cub Scouts up until 5th grade when he earned his Arrow of Light badge and 21 Webelos pins. And whereas in 6th grade, Michael joined Boy Scout Troop 23, 1 year later he transferred to Troop 32. Through scouting, Michael learned survival and leadership skills and the importance of teamwork through group activities and helping others. He also learned how to use various tools. And whereas for his Eagle Scout project, Michael was in charge of organizing and obtaining the necessary supplies and volunteers needed to construct a bridge over a ditch between American Legion Post 76 and Crossroads Community Church parking lots. This made it easier for patrons to access both parking lots. And the Eagle Scout Award is recognized by the Village Board of the Village of Glendale Heights as a positive indicator that the youth of today are the leaders of tomorrow. Now, therefore, I, Linda Jackson, President of the Village of Glendale Heights, do hereby issue this proclamation in honor of Michael Schmidt, Eagle Scout, and congratulate him on his achievements and wish him the best of luck in his future endeavors. Congratulations, Michael. Now it's your turn to speak. Did you want to say something, Michael?
Yes, I did.
Okay, then I have something for you.
And I just want to mention quick thanks to my family and friends and the
Could
gratitude
you-
I have for them. Oh, sorry. I want to say a quick thanks to my family and friends to show my gratitude to those who have helped me get to my Eagle, especially my mom, who passed away this February.
So sorry for your loss, Michael. Here's this key to your village. Couple pieces for the book. Here is a certificate of recognition. And we have a copy of your proclamation. You're very welcome. Congratulations, Michael. You gotta stand up one more time for us. Here it is.
Well, this time I have to stand. I'll stand over here.
I'll stand next to Mary.
You guys, and I'll stand next to you.
Wait right here. Pin drop. You're up there already. I had to see where I was at.
That's okay.
Jennifer, it's your turn.
Okay.
Mayor and Board, thank you for the opportunity to make a brief presentation on the upcoming 20th Annual Glendale Heights Charity Golf Classic, which will be taking place on Friday, June 14th at Glendale Lakes Golf Club. Make sure my clicker works. The past 19 years, the Charity Golf Classic has raised over $475,000 for a number of charities, including Family and Faith Food Pantry, Family Shelter Service, Breast Cancer Awareness, Friends for Don Darby, Nicholas Christoforakis Fund, Glen Oaks Hospital Foundation, and many more. This year's event will be raising funds for Make-A-Wish Illinois, the FOP Lodge 52 Community Enrichment Fund, and the Glendale Heights Chamber of Commerce Scholarship Fund. There are many ways that local businesses can help to make this year's event a great one. If you are a business owner or operator, there are a number of sponsorships available to you, including whole sponsors, event sponsors, lunch sponsors, beverage cart sponsors, and many more. If you are a resident and want to participate in the Charity Golf Classic, there are many ways for you to help out as well. Join us for golf and/or dinner, and we are always looking for more participants to play in the event and volunteers to run our on-course games. This year, again, we have another great way to participate, and that is through the purchase of raffle tickets for the event. This year's grand prize will be $1,000, and these tickets are available through any of the committee members or by contacting Glendale Lakes Golf Club or the mayor's office. Before I end my presentation, here's a recap from last year's event and what you might get to see in June.
I got this feeling inside my bones. It goes electric wavy when I turn it on. Off from my city, off from my home. We're flying up no ceiling when we in our zone. I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes off of it, moving so phenomenally. You're more like the way we rock it, so don't stop.
Mayor and Board, thank you again for the opportunity to speak for a few minutes on this year's Charity Golf Classic. If you have any questions on this event, please feel free to contact the chairman of the Glendale Heights Charity Golf Classic Committee, Sharon Sullivan, at 630-909-5306, Village President Linda Jackson at 630-909-5303, or myself at 630-260-0095. Registration and sponsorship materials are also available online at glendalelakes.com. We look forward to a great event and raising a lot of money for some great causes. Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer.
You ready?
It's your turn. Yep.
Okay. First things first, on the agenda, just want to make a presentation to the board on an award that the police department received a few weeks ago. We were invited to DuPage County Health Department to, along with some other communities, but we're one of the few communities that has and maintains a RX box in our police department lobby. So we had the RX box for just about 10 years in 2009, and we've been awarded a certificate and a plaque for 10 years of RX box participation, and we have brought in over 100,000 pounds of unused medicine that have gone through our RX box. We actually keep track of it. We weigh it. We bring it out to the county. They weigh it. That's how we keep track of it, and all of this has to be recorded. So we're pretty proud of that. We're one of the few communities that has the RX box. I'm asking permission to put this in the lobby,
Absolutely.
right above it, so people can see it and see how the program is working and how much medicine we're actually disposing of.
Great.
Thank you.
Doug. And I
Just want everybody
believe
to
you
know that.
want to stay right there.
I am.
Okay.
George. So first, let me thank our police commissioners who are here, Esther Wilk and Vic Macias. They didn't have much to do with this promotion, but they have been hard at work. Because next board meeting we still have one more, not promotion but officer. So
That's wonderful.
They have been hard at work. Right. They have been hard at work, doing a fantastic job for us. Secondly, George, and this is testament to you, but the men and women of the police department working off duty, and a lot of our retired officers are here to recognize you, George. So it's a testament to you. I thank you all for coming out and taking time out of your night. It means a lot to the police department. It means a lot to the village. And it just shows you the camaraderie and the love that officers have for each other. So thank you guys for coming out. So last board meeting, we introduced 2 new sergeants who were both born and bred Glendale Heights kids, and now officers and then sergeants. George is no different. George is a born and bred Glendale Heights kid. He went to Glenside Junior High. He went to Glenbard North High School. He's got an associate's degree from COD. He's continuing to work on his bachelor's degree. He's here tonight with his wife, Cherry. He's here somewhere. His daughter, Anastasia. His mom, Bev. One of my favorite crossing guards. And his sister, Rita, are all here to support him today. George started out his career in the police department as a CSO. And he has worked his way up from a CSO to what will be soon deputy chief. He was a CSO with the police department from 1992 to 1996. 1996, he got sworn in as a patrol officer, and he was a patrol officer for 4 years. And in 2000, he was made a investigator in the Special Operations Division. 2004 to 2009, he was the SRO in the schools. He was in the middle schools. He taught the DARE program. He taught, you teach GREAT? The GREAT program, and was in the schools for 5 years. Came back out to patrol for a little bit. Then he was, 2009, he got promoted to sergeant. And we never promoted George to sergeant at a board meeting, and he had the unlucky time of being promoted at Summerfest. So George has that memory living in his head. But 2009, he was a patrol supervisor. 2016, he got transferred to the investigations division, whereas today he is the investigations sergeant. Tomorrow, he will be the deputy chief of support operations. So one little caveat, Deputy Chief Padiasic is still here. George is being promoted to replace Sherry, who's going to be retiring here in a couple weeks. So we needed this time to overlap. It's taken Sherry 3 years to figure out what her job really is, and George has got 2 weeks to figure it out. So we needed this time. If you remember back 3 years ago, Sherry did retire, but we kind of brought her back before the official thing happened. So she's been through this whole process. Tonight's about George. So he was investigation sergeant until today, and tomorrow he'll be the deputy chief of support. George has received over 25 commendations in his career as both a officer and supervisor. I'm not going to go through all of them. I just want to read to you one of them. In 2002, he received a Division Meritorious Award. Division Meritorious Awards are not given out very often. I can probably think of maybe 3 or 4 or 5 in the 31 years I've been here. They don't happen very often. In this case, George was a detective. January 29, 2002, he was contacted by an informant that he had, who he developed through his contacts in being a really good detective. This informant told him of a murder for hire plot that he got asked to do. Detective Pappas at the time did an investigation into it, a very quick one, because those can happen pretty quick. And within 8 hours, he had arrested a Gerardo Medina for solicitation to commit murder. So for that, George got a Division Meritorious Award, which I say don't come out very often. That kind of sums up how George's career has been. He's been that kind of officer, that kind of leader, that kind of sergeant throughout his entire career. So without further ado, retired Chief Marin, Assistant AVA Marin, is going to swear George in.
It is my honor to be able to have this opportunity to swear you in as Deputy Village Clerk as well. So if you raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, George Pappas,
Having been appointed. Easier if I get my glasses on. There we go. That'll help. Having been appointed to the office of Deputy Chief of Police
having been appointed to the office of Deputy Chief of Police
in the village of Glendale Heights, Illinois, in the county of DuPage, aforesaid. That's
the-
why we give you that.
in the village of Glendale Heights, Illinois, in the county aforesaid,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the office of Deputy Chief of Police
of the office of Deputy Chief of Police
to the best of my abilities.
to the best of my abilities.
Congratulations, Deputy Chief.
Cherry. Part of the command staff. Thank you.
What? He's gonna come around the center. Oh, okay. It's just funny.
So while George is saying thanks, this is now the third Glendale Heights resident who has attended school in Glendale Heights, who's part of the command staff of the police department. So pretty amazing.
Good job.
Pretty amazing.
We raised some good ones.
Yeah.
Are we ready to recess, Chief?
We are just waiting for George to get done hugging everybody.
He can hug them on his
All
own
right.
time.
Thank you.
Thank you. This meeting is
Again.
recessed. I'd like to call this board meeting back to order. We now go to public discussion of agenda items. If there's anyone in the public that wishes to address this board on an agenda item, please step up to the podium and give your name and address, please. I think we need the microphone to work.
Do you want the home or business? Home Ramada Inn or his home business, or home address? He's asked. Does he
Home
want-
address.
Home? Your home.
Yes, my name is Fahad Balagam, and my address is 6542 North LeMay, Lincolnwood, Illinois, 60139.
North what?
North LeMay, Lemai.
Oh,
What town is that in?
Lincolnwood, Illinois.
Lincolnwood?
Yes.
Thank you.
So I'm here regarding the Ramada Inn approval for the, or I don't know what you call it, but the site change, I believe, or I forgot what they call it. Conditional use permit.
old business.
And there were a couple of topics I remember from last time I was here, the board, that they had some concerns. One, I remember them saying hazardous material, trucks or containers that have hazardous material. I did some own research of my own. There can't be a truck that's parked on my parking lot that has hazardous materials because they have to be in a safe haven parking zone. So they wouldn't even be able to park on my lot to stay as a guest. They have to have they have certain areas that they could park in, which we are not one of them. They have to be attended by. Another point I remember them, the board talking about was the parking spaces. I went to several different hotels in the area, like the Holiday Inn, Clarion, and Elmhurst, and none of them have parked off or reserved parking spots only for the trucks. But we're willing to, where the community development told us to put on the west side of the building, we're willing to put it over there. Another concern was refrigerator trucks. I've never heard of a refrigerator truck on my property, and I've been there for 15 years. I've never had it on there, and then one of our things is we don't want a truck to be on at night too because it's going to bother our guests. So we wouldn't take those kind of trucks. And then I think another concern was I think some of the board members had a thinking that we're going to use our property only for truck parking. No, we don't want that. It's bad for me because if they're parking their trucks and not staying in my hotel, that's bad for business.
Why do you want to do this?
Why do I want to do what? Keep trucks on my parking lot?
Yeah.
Because we have guests that come in that need hotel rooms. They're 2 to 3 sometimes at a time. It's potential more business for us.
The people that are in the trucks?
People who have trucks that come by, yes.
I mean, their inside of their trucks are sometimes nicer than a hotel room.
But they're choosing to stay at my property, so that means that their trucks, they don't have those kind of cabins then.
Oh.
So I understand what
I mean, that just.
that I understand what people are thinking that those trucks. Yeah, I've been in some of those trucks. They're nice. They got bathrooms and but a lot of them don't. And then a lot of them are on the road. Or again, we have a lot of companies in Glendale Heights. I think in Wheaton as well, that have their trucks break down or something like that, and they have to get it shipped over there. So they'll come and they'll stay as guests at our property and then get their truck towed over there. And again, I think my last point was, I've been there for 14 years. Since 2009, I've been an owner. But I've never had this problem before. We've had trucks on that parking lot only this year that the issue came up. So, again, I understand. As soon as community development told me that we needed to do this, I went right away, started applying for everything. You know, I've never had a problem like this in the past. So, you know.
Well, how many trucks are parked there?
At a time, you know, it's hard to say. I've never had more than when I applied for the permit, they said, how many trucks do you think you'll fit on your property? Or, let me restate that. They said, how many trucks do you want on your property? I said, I could probably fit 14. I thought it was a negotiating kind of thing. They came back with saying 5. I said, that's more than enough because I've never seen more than 2 trucks at a time on my property. So, and then, so at a time, maybe 2, maybe none. Most of the days, it's none. There's certain times where there's a little bit more, maybe 2, 3. I just want to be able to use it's potential business for me. I could advertise, yes, we have truck parking.
Sir, do you have monitors that monitor the parking lot cameras?
Yes, we have, our front desk staff take everybody's, when they sign their registration, when they check in, they put the license plate, the make and model of their car.
And you have cameras?
We have cameras outside, correct, yes.
Now, how are you gonna monitor the hazardous material going into in the trucks? How are you gonna monitor that?
Like I said, sir, they cannot park on our parking lot. All these trucks now, they come with certain devices, GPSs inside their truck. They cannot park on our parking lot because they have to be in a designated safe haven attended parking lot for them. I doubt, from my understanding, from the people I've talked to in the city, city like as in Chicago, where I live close to there, they have to park in that certain lot or they get fined. And now GPS, it's not like before where you could park wherever you want. They could drive as long as they want. GPS monitors everything. If you drive past a certain amount during the day, you get fined for it. Same thing with your truck being a hazardous material. If you have it unattended in a certain parking lot that's not a safe haven, they get fined for it. I doubt they want to lose their license and risk being parked on my parking lot.
Is your motel considered safe haven?
No. A safe haven, when they talk about safe haven, that means something that's surrounded, gated. It has to be gated, checked in, and checked out.
So you have a way of monitoring that?
That they wouldn't come to us, but if the truck comes out, if every truck that comes on our parking lot, our attendant goes out when they're free to check their stickers, making sure that there's nothing like that on there.
Okay, thank you.
And that's it for me.
Hi, I'm sorry for just.
No,
speaking up,
go
but
right ahead.
Joanne, how come, how many trucks did he have parked on the lot when we noticed that he should go for?
Actually, the police department issued citations. I don't know how many were there at any given time. I don't know if by chance.
One or two at the time that the tickets were issued.
I just feel that if we approve the conditional use for the trucks, that it's advertising, come on, stay here and, park your truck and sleep overnight. But if somebody's driving a truck and they want to stay at their lot, let them park their truck overnight and stay there.
So if I remember correct, and Joanne can correct me, put into the conditional use was that he could not advertise for that.
It was not.
It was
not that he couldn't advertise for it. This is the first I've
He
heard
just
that
said
it's
it, right, he
yeah, I
said
just said
that.
it.
Yeah, can I say
I
something?
don't have a problem with, a truck driver parking his truck there and staying overnight. But for him to advertise, he's gonna have a lot full of trucks.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
Can I say
yeah, I don't
something?
like that.
Yeah, can I say something? Yeah. So that's why we did at the.
I don't like the conditional use. You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying.
Okay.
If they pull the truck in, they have to register and sleep in a motel. They
Correct.
can't sleep in their truck.
Correct, yes. So like I said, it's bad for business for me just make it a truck parking lot.
Right.
It's for guests who come into the hotel. That's who it's for. It's not for, my business is not a parking business. My business is a motel, overnight hotel business, you know,
I
sleeping rooms.
understand that, but
Yeah.
you might be opening a door.
Yeah,
It's not good.
okay. So we could, again,
Oh,
I'm more than.
wasn't there a call made to the village after that requesting to have a camper park there, a motorhome
So
park
that-
there?
Yes.
Okay, that makes it a parking lot.
Okay, that was my.
That makes it,
Okay, that was for, let me talk two things. That was my person who works there. He works there.
but see,
I
that's what
understand
it
that.
can
And he-
become when you
yeah.
allow,
And he does, I could bring him here and he could come and talk to her. I told him he cannot park there. It's not there. Second thing, if you look at the police records, I even called in the other day for a motorhome that wasn't ours. We checked, and that this person who was parking on our lot, and we called in, and they moved it. They left after the police came, and it's a person who's been shifting back and forth, I guess, between a couple lots in the area. So we are monitoring our parking.
But are the people in the motorhome staying at your hotel?
The person who called in, that's an employee of the hotel, who is a chef who works in our kitchen. He just wanted to park his thing there for a little bit and then take it back. The person who we called the police on, they were not staying in our hotel. That's why we called, because this is not one of our guests.
okay.
Because, people do drive motorhomes from state to state, and they want to stay in a hotel.
Yeah, so we do a lot of business with Art's RV as well. So what they'll do is they'll come in, they'll pick up their RV from Art, go wherever, and then the day before, before they need to clean it up, before they return it, they'll stay at our hotel with their RV.
Now, where do they clean it up? I hope that they don't clean it up in your lot and throw the
No,
garbage
no,
all over.
No. I don't know where they clean up. They usually take, because it has to be washed, has to be what do you call it? I'm sure they take it down to the car wash on North Avenue somewhere.
Well, if they clean it up, why don't you just drive it to Arts then? Why stop at your hotel?
Stay overnight. Sometimes the return date is not their return date. They also, a lot of them are European. I've noticed a lot of them are European, coming from out of the country and making this a family trip. So they have to have their schedules aligned.
Any more questions? Mary, any?
No.
Do you guys have any more questions?
Yeah, this is still public comment, so.
Hmm?
This is still public comment, so. You're gonna have debate.
Okay,
on
thank
this.
you.
You're gonna have debate on it when it comes up on the agenda.
I can't hear.
You're gonna have debate on this when it comes up on the agenda.
Okay,
This is just his public comment.
I know.
So, you're gonna go over this again. Any more public comment?
Okay.
Any more?
There is no more public discussion. We will go on. You have the consent agenda before you. What is your pleasure? Trustee Sullivan,
Motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
roll call vote.
Trustee Sullivan,
Yes?
Trustee Light,
Yes.
Trustee Pojek,
Yes,
and Trustee Schroeder.
Yes.
The consent agenda is approved. Oh, so we now go to old business. And number one is an ordinance to deny a conditional use to permit outdoor storage of semi-trucks and trailers at 780 East North Avenue in the village of Glendale Heights, Illinois. That's a Ramada. This would be ordinance number 2019-34. Trustee Sullivan,
So moved.
Second.
any
Madam-
discussion?
Madam President, I just want to remind the board that this is styled as a motion to deny the conditional use. So a vote of aye is a vote to deny, And a vote of no or nay is to approve the conditional use.
Everybody understand? Okay, and
I
if
just-
there's,
I just want
Chester.
to define the conditional use again, so we're all aware of it.
it says to permit outdoor storage of semi-trucks and trailers.
All right,
Correct,
thank you.
Mike?
Yes, that's what the application is, for storage of these types of vehicles.
Okay. Okay, we have a motion on the floor with the second. Roll call vote.
Trustee Light,
Yes.
Trustee Pojek,
Nay.
Trustee Schroeder,
I'm undecided.
It says storage.
Pardon?
It says storage.
Storage, but he said he's not going to.
That's what the conditional use says.
If I
Storage.
could clarify, and maybe within the zoning regulations, the overnight parking of the trucks, we classified as storage. So in the original, when this item came before the Plan Commission, the applicant had requested up to 14. Staff did recommend that if it were to be approved, that it would be a maximum of 2 nights, and that it had to be a guest of the hotel. And they had to provide, I don't know if everyone recalls, because it's been a couple weeks since Committee of the Whole, that they would have to provide a list of the trucks that are parked or storage. Storage was the best classification. So it's 4 guests only, 2 nights maximum, and would have to report to our dispatch center, any trucks that are parked or stored on site.
I understand that.
Okay, I just wanna make
feel
sure.
way better if we just let him have his trucks parked there without a conditional use. Do not, I'm sorry.
Well, that's the only, right. So the police department started issuing citations because the current regulations
Let him
don't.
park 4 cars there. I mean, if somebody's staying in there, who cares about your vehicle?
Then this is the way to do it. Then because it's not allowable as just parking. There's no provision for parking the trucks for people that are, for guests of the hotel to just park there if they have a truck.
Well, could we use a different wording?
That I would defer to Mr. Durkin, if we can change it
Because
to
I-
overnight parking of trucks, I mean, that would be.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with somebody staying at his hotel that drives a truck. I just don't like that it's.
Storage.
Go ahead, do it, advertise. That's what we're gonna get into, and that bothers me.
Well, you can put limits and conditions on the conditional use that you were discussing some a few minutes ago regarding the number, the length of time, the condition that someone has to be a registered guest at the facility. I would point out that the ordinance on the agenda tonight doesn't have any of that language in it. So I believe at your committee of the whole, the recommendation was to deny.
Motion to table.
So that's why this came back to you in this fashion. So if you're having a change of heart on that, the train hasn't left the station yet. So if somebody wants to make a motion to table, you can do that, and then we'll revisit this at the next board meeting.
Chester.
I'll make a motion that we table this so we get a further clear understanding.
Second.
Roll call vote.
Are we gonna finish the first one?
No, motion
No,
to
it's a
table
motion to table
stops
takes
everything
precedence.
off.
Okay. Okay, go back to Trustee Light,
Yes.
Trustee Pojek,
Yes.
Trustee Schroeder,
Yes.
and Trustee Sullivan.
Yes.
This item is tabled to our next meeting. One thing I would like to request is, if this gets granted, what happens if there's violations? Is it just gonna be a ticket which
The-
isn't gonna solve? I'm really
Right.
concerned because of the RV, asking to park it there, period.
The village
The
board-
RV, that really bothers me.
The village board
Because
could
that,
take
to
it.
me, is how it ends up being storage. That's how it ends up.
I don't want storage in the language.
Joanne,
He's
can you
asking.
make a list of all of the requirements, the ordinance, to each one of us, so we all, everyone knows exactly what we're voting on?
Yes, so, as Mr. Durkin pointed out, the motion at the committee of the whole was to deny. So, but what we would do is prepare an ordinance with all the conditions that the plan commission recommended. And then certainly, to answer the mayor's question, if the owner doesn't follow the conditions of the conditional use, the conditional use can be revoked, and then he would have the ability to do nothing.
Perfect.
Okay.
And how long would it take to do something like that? Or how many
Requires a hearing.
violations?
Right. It would-
I mean, I could see, you know, this isn't the only problem we have with truck storage or potential truck storage. And I don't want to say, oh, sure, go ahead,
No,
they're
right.
just spending the night there. And then all of a sudden you look and it's been there for a week.
Yeah, we would initially issue citations, PD would issue citations, and then we would.
But
take-
our police department has only so many officers, and they've got a whole town to take care of. They can't be just patrolling Ramada's parking lot.
Can I?
You mentioned 2 days, correct?
Yes,
The maximum,
yes.
okay.
Can I say something? I'm sorry. So it's not in our benefit to keep storage on our parking lot. It would just take up, like we do a lot of events there. It would take up storage. We're not trying. I could have that guy who mailed in the letter for my employee Ron, who said he wanted to park it. He probably misworded it. Just go ahead. I'm sorry.
I spoke with him, he came in, and he indicated that he wanted to, he uses it sometimes, he also parks it there for periods of time to use for vacation later. So
Yeah.
that's the village board's concern.
Okay, then I could have
It's
him.
not a daily, I
Yeah.
asked the question, he does not use it on a daily basis.
Okay, I can have him come here, and I could tell him, you cannot park. He won't park it there anymore. Yeah. So, but that's because he was an employee of mine. If you guys don't want him, that's fine. That's completely fine. There's no other parking there that people are parking. Like again, there was somebody that we saw. I called the police right away, and we had it taken care of. Actually the police couldn't do anything about it. I went out there and I slapped a piece of paper on it saying we're gonna tow it by 7 o'clock. We've had cars towed there before, that I've seen that, like they were parked more than 2 days or a day, and that it wasn't, what do you call it? It wasn't a registered guest in our hotel.
I think the board was clear that they wanted more information from staff, so that's what we're gonna do. They tabled it, and so we're gonna proceed with more additional information.
Sure, I was just explaining myself.
Okay, but they've already tabled it, so I think.
I
that
understand,
I
but
think,
I
I
was-
think the research needs to be done. We will work with you to get that research.
Sure.
And get more information for the village
Sure,
board.
no problem. I was just coming up here to explain a couple more things.
Okay, thank you.
And the next board meeting is June what?
6th.
June 6th. Okay. Now we go to new business. Number 1 is a motion to waive first reading on new business items number 2 through 4. Trustee Schroeder,
So moved.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? First reading is waived on. Number 2, an ordinance to approve and authorize sign variations for Burger King at 199 East North Avenue in the Village of Glendale Heights, Illinois. This is from the May 2nd, 2019 Committee of the Whole. First reading has been waived, so this would be ordinance number 2019-35.
We didn't approve 34. Do you renumber it?
What?
We didn't approve 34, so do you renumber that?
Yes, we do renumber.
Okay. So
Thank
this will
you,
be
Mike.
34.
So take off 2019-34 because This is the new 2019-34. Trustee Sullivan.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Roll call vote.
Trustee Light,
Yes.
Trustee Pojek,
Yes.
Trustee Schroeder,
Yes.
and Trustee Sullivan.
Yes.
Ordinance 2019-34 is approved. Number 3, an ordinance to approve and authorize a signed variance for Sub-Zero at 196 Exchange Boulevard in the Village of Glendale Heights, Illinois. This is from the May 2nd, 2019 Committee of the Whole. First reading has been waived, so this would be ordinance number 2019-35. Trustee Pojek.
So moved, Mayor.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call vote.
Trustee Pojek,
Yes.
Trustee Schroeder,
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan,
Yes.
and Trustee Light.
Yes.
Ordinance 2019-35 is approved. Number 4 is an ordinance authorizing the sale of surplus personal property owned by the Village of Glendale Heights, Illinois. That's the 2006 passenger bus. First reading has been waived, and this would be ordinance number 2019-36. Trustee Schroeder.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
Mayor. Are we
Chester.
gonna replace that bus then, or just be gone? We're just gonna have the one?
Gone.
We'll just have the one bus.
Okay. Thank you.
Roll call vote.
Trustee Pojek,
Yes.
Trustee Schroeder,
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan,
Yes.
and Trustee Light.
Yes.
Ordinance 2019-36 is approved. Number 5, an ordinance to rezone the property commonly known as 1 East North Avenue in the Village of Glendale Heights, Illinois. That's Venture 1, and that is first reading. Number 6, an ordinance granting a conditional use for a planned unit development for 1 East North Avenue in the Village of Glendale Heights, Illinois. That is Venture 1, and that is first reading. Number 7 is a resolution to approve a certain plat of Regis subdivision entitled 800 North Glendale Heights subdivision in the Village of Glendale Heights, Illinois, and that is Venture 1. And that's not coming back next week.
It is, it should be first reading.
What?
It should still be first reading.
It is.
No, it's a resolution. According to this, it says resolution.
Yeah, resolution.
Right, so, yeah, it does,
And if it's a resolution, it's not coming back.
then we would request that that be removed, because we are changing the title of the, resolution, if that,
Want to table it then?
yes.
Table it?
Table it.
Would somebody like to make another motion? Chester?
The motion is to retitle this? Is that what you?
The motion
No,
would be to
we need
table.
to
Oh, table it
Table it
and
for
then-
next meeting, yes.
Right, we're modifying the name of the subdivision, so we would request that it be tabled.
Okay, request to table this,
Resolution.
let me get it in front of me again.
It's a resolution.
Resolution.
Second.
Roll call vote.
Trustee Schroeder,
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan,
Yes.
Trustee Light.
Yes.
And Trustee Pojek.
Yes.
The resolution to approve a plat of subdivision is tabled till the June 6, 2019 meeting. We now return to public discussion of agenda items. If there's anyone in the public that wishes to address this board on an agenda item or any other item, because there is no committee of the whole tonight. So if you want to address us on any other item, please step forward. Being none, a motion would be in order to recess. No, not
You're gonna
recess.
adjourn.
Adjourn to executive session to discuss collective bargaining negotiations pursuant to the Open Meetings Act 5 ILCS 120/2C2. Somebody want to make a motion?
So moved? Or you want me to read that?
No, that's good.
Second.
Roll call vote.
Trustee Schroeder,
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan,
Yes.
Trustee Light,
Yes.
and Trustee Pojek.
Yes.
This meeting is adjourning to executive session. And have a good week. 2 weeks.
Memorial Day.
2 weeks.
Memorial Day.
Thank you. Memorial Day.